The conflict between Iran and Israel has entered one of the most dangerous phases in modern Middle East history, raising fears of a wider regional war and global instability. The crisis escalated dramatically on February 28, 2026, when Israel, reportedly with support from the United States, launched a large-scale military operation targeting Iranian military bases, nuclear facilities, and senior leadership positions. The strikes were part of an operation aimed at weakening Iran's military capabilities and preventing what Israel described as a growing nuclear threat. During these attacks, several strategic locations across Iran were hit, including areas around Tehran, causing heavy destruction and casualties. Reports indicate that hundreds of targets were struck during the opening days of the campaign, and the operation also resulted in the death of Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, a development that dramatically intensified the conflict and shocked the global community. In response, Iran launched waves of ballistic missiles and drone attacks targeting Israeli cities and strategic facilities. Several missiles managed to bypass Israel's air defense systems, striking residential areas and causing deaths and injuries among civilians. Since the start of the war, dozens of people in Israel have been killed and thousands injured as missiles hit multiple cities and forced residents into bomb shelters. The violence has also expanded beyond the two countries, with Iran targeting U.S. military bases and allied infrastructure in Gulf countries such as the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and Bahrain, signaling that the conflict could engulf the entire Middle East. Meanwhile, tensions have increased along Israel's northern border as the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah fired rockets into Israeli territory, prompting retaliatory strikes by the Israeli military. At the same time, international shipping and energy markets have been affected as Iran threatened disruptions in the strategic Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important oil transit routes. Global leaders and the United Nations have called for immediate de-escalation, warning that continued fighting could trigger a wider war that would impact global energy supplies, international trade, and regional security. Analysts say the roots of the Iran-Israel conflict stretch back decades, fueled by ideological rivalry, disputes over Iran's nuclear program, and regional proxy conflicts involving groups such as Hamas and Hezbollah. As the conflict intensifies, millions of civilians across the Middle East are living in fear, while the international community struggles to prevent the crisis from turning into a full-scale regional war. With both sides continuing missile attacks and military operations, the situation remains extremely volatile, and experts warn that the coming weeks could determine whether diplomacy prevails or the Middle East faces one of its most devastating conflicts in modern